Hey guys, welcome back or to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a towable excavator. Let's just jump right on into it. The model you see here is the TE301H. It has a dependable 9 horsepower Honda GX270 engine, and that's what powers the hydraulic pump. It has a digging depth that goes down to 8 feet, and the trencher bucket that comes with the system has 3 teeth, and I think it's 12 inches wide. They do have another bucket that's a 9-inch, and it gives you 30% more digging ability. I'm not sure how they measure that. And this system, I like how they have the omnidirectional 2 control system, whereas a lot of other ones have 4 levers. The boom is 120 degrees of travel, has a 2-inch coupler for your receiver for your vehicle. It does also say that it digs down to a maximum depth of 7 feet, so a little bit of inconsistency there. Tires are 12-inch, and they're DOT rated. They say that they can only do about 60 to 80 highway speeds for kilometers, not miles per hour, 60 to 80 highway speeds, and the maximum towing capacity is 3,500 pounds. And that's with it comes with a suspension seat, which is awesome, and the gallons per minute on the hydraulic pump is 2.7, and that's about it. Gives you all the specs right there. Now, this system has a lot of rooms for upgrades. It weighs, the whole system actually altogether weighs 1,200 pounds, but you can do a lot with it. It doesn't have a lot of the safety controls you would want, and I'll get into that later.
Oh, there we go. Bumpy road. Bumpy road. Just came back from, quiet everything down. Just came back from House of Contractors. I'm looking at one of their tow-behind digging rigs, and it's pretty funny. They're like, do you want to try it out? I'm like, no, it's okay. Do you want to try it out? No, it's okay. Do you want to try it out? Fine. You asked me 3 times, I'm going to say yes, especially if it has a motor on it. And I go to use it and stuff, and the first thing I did was, this thing was sensitive. I hit the controls just slightly, and it launched the whole entire thing up in the air, because it's got nothing to hold it down and whatnot, and which made me laugh. I was very quick on the controls, so it didn't slam in anything, it didn't come down crashing. So as it went up in the air, I just touched the controls again, so it counteracted itself, and it kind of just got back down. And then the 2 guys that were with me, they both stood on it. I'm like, that was awesome. I didn't say that out loud though. I'm just like, sorry guys, it's just the controls are a little sensitive. And I let them know, like, I'm a crane operator, I do all this other stuff, and this is just something I want around the house. And it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Just looking at it, it was well made. The weld done on it really good. Like, all in all, it's a really well put together piece of machinery. And for the price point, it is slightly expensive, but for what you get extra compared to a lot of other units, you have a suspension seat, which is amazing. You don't exactly need it, but there's a suspension seat and it's comfortable. So if you're gonna spend 8 hours on the thing, you're gonna like it. Then it's got a nice Honda motor, like a GX270, and that's a 9 horsepower motor. Not a big motor, but that's all you need, right? And then everything else was done really, really well. Whereas some of the other units I've seen are just kind of like, okay, this is a mini excavator tow behind. So this thing was pretty cool. There is a lot of areas for improvement to make it easier. Like, if I got it, I would definitely put highway rated tires for one, and then I would probably do some sort of suspension for a second thing, like a torsion axle style thing. And I'd probably do something else with the outriggers, so that if I am working, because like I said, it wasn't attached to anything, and I nearly launched myself off of it. I wish I could have made a video of that. That was really funny. So I'd probably make some other outriggers, so there were more than just 2 outriggers, and they include the tires as outriggers, but you're able to crawl with it, and a few other things, so it's a really cool unit. I'm going to grab the videos, and I'll play them at the end of this. But all in all, and they've got financing, because I don't want to spend like $6 grand on it right away. I'd rather finance it, and then we'll see how that goes. But I'm thinking like July or something. Anyways, check out the actual videos of this, and I'll be checking out other units too. Man, these roads are rough. Peace.
Presenting the Towable Excavator. Now this beast is your basic entry heavy equipment, if you will, operating machine. I've sped up a lot of these videos. It operates slowly, but it is powerful. And you'll see here, this has on it, as I was speaking about earlier, a grading bucket. And a grading bucket is a bucket without teeth, and he's digging in sand. So it's very easy for him to grab whatever material he wants and just throws it on the side, and he can keep on going like that. Now this machine, as you'll see in the videos too, moves around via the boom. So that's the arm that pushes it around, that's the transportation, that's the digging, it is everything. And having the extra controls, where you'll see here the 2-lever system, is paramount, because if you had the 4-lever system, you'd be angry with it, put it that way. That's probably the system I'm going to go with, because I can find them for a lot cheaper, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. This machine, if I had to put it anywhere on the market, would be the higher end, more premium machine, and it is built well. You have all the features you want. I'm not fussy though. Now that you've seen how it can dig, and keep in mind, everything about this machine is slow, like its maneuverability. Getting around the job site wherever you are without a vehicle attached to it, you're going to be very slow. And this video is sped up. So use the boom as its primary transportation, if you will, and or articulating. So it does everything. That's why the 2-lever system is awesome. And when you have the 4-lever system, it's not so much. So the next part of this we're going to get into is changing out the bucket. Now, this is the grading bucket, as I was saying, because it doesn't have any teeth, and this machine doesn't do a lot of grading. You can basically just dig soft media with that style of bucket, or smooth everything out. Now, the bucket it comes with is a 12-inch 3-claw ripping bucket and our excavating bucket. You can switch to the 9-inch, which apparently gives you 30% more digging power. I'm not sure what that equates to or how you would be able to test that, so I can't confirm that. But either way, you have 2 or 3 buckets. I haven't seen that one in the store, but I'm pretty sure they do sell that one as well. Going forward with it, again, this is a beast of a machine and an entry level. Now, this was particularly interesting. I didn't think they would actually show this, where you have to traverse up a hill or get down from a hill. And as you'll see here, it is hard, it is jerky, it is slow, but yes, you can do it. And the wheels and the outriggers get switched around to go from excavation mode to tow mode, and then back again. So excavation mode has the outriggers in front and with the wheels in the back, and then tow mode has exact opposite, where the wheels are in the front now and the excavators are in the back for transportation. There would probably be a few ways you could make this a lot easier on yourself, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Now, the wheels themselves are straight axle, so the only suspension on this system, or with this excavator, would be the tires. So that's one of the reasons why I would like to upgrade the tires to a bigger, better rubber, so you'd have more rubber for more suspension. And the other thing I might want to think about is finding torsion axles. You can get them separate and whatnot, so it would have a bit of an independent suspension, make it easier to tow so you wouldn't feel it so much, because with the way this is set up, you are going to feel every bump in the road. And again, this thing only goes up to about 60 to 70 to 80 kilometers, 60 to 80 kilometers. And that's not highway rated, even though they say it is. And then I wanted to show another video of it backfilling, just to say, hey, you can do that with it. Obviously you can. So this is an all-around good machine for the homeowner. I wouldn't want to put this into any kind of everyday use unless, well, in that case, I'd be thinking about actually getting a full-on mini excavator, where you have the tracks, you'd have the boom, and you'd have a little bit of a plow in the front of it. So, going forward again, let's get into lifting capacity. Each one of those weights is 36 kgs times 5 is 180 kgs, 397 pounds. That's awesome. Now this is the unhitched version or unattached version. If you were to hook this up to a vehicle, you could increase that lifting capacity. In the video here, they show you that, and you go from 180 kgs to 324 kgs or 714 pounds, which is awesome. However, if that coupler for the hitch receiver lets go, that boom is going to come crashing down. Now, they don't show you the thumb attachment in this very well, or at all actually, but if you had that, you'd be able to grapple onto some rocks, boulders, whatever, and you could potentially, if you're hitched up to a vehicle, use that to maneuver around the yard if you were to want to transport a log, a rock, or boulder, whatever. Now, the other part of this that I want to talk about is the safety aspect. Those levers don't have any safety, any valves to stop them from moving when the machine is not operating. You could install stops, you could install hydraulic shutoffs, anything of that nature, but it's going to be hard. On a basic machine like this, you're not going to get anything safety-wise. So if your kids, for example, were playing with the machine and the boom was all the way up, that boom could come crashing down and potentially hurt someone. So you don't want that to happen. I personally am going to, if I do buy one of these machines, I'm going to install safeties or locks, and also will be beneficial as well when you go to transport it, driving down the road or on the highway. And again, the tires themselves are not highway rated. They say 60 to 80 kilometers, and I'll be changing those out. Now, this is a video of the excavation mode going into tow mode. Basically, you're switching the outriggers for the wheels and the wheels for the outriggers, and you'll be able to go into tow mode. Now, let's go back to tow mode. If you don't have any locks for the boom and the vibrations of the controls, it could drop the boom on you when you're driving down the road. You don't want that to happen. So what you're going to want to do is lock it all into place using straps, chains, whatever. And I'm going to install, if I do get a machine like this, I'll install chains that will attach to the frame of the towing rig itself, so that when I have the boom all back into towing position, I'll be able to lock it in place, and that way I won't have to worry about the hydraulics letting go. Now, one of the other cool parts about this is it's easily loaded onto a trailer. So there's no issues that way. A lot of people transport these things on a trailer. I've never seen one of these things going down the highway. You don't have to worry about lights and stuff like that. It's like a generator or a concrete mixer. You don't have to put lights. You don't have to have a plate on it or whatever. You can go on the road with it, but it becomes part of the vehicle. So if anything was to happen, your insurance would have to be able to cover that. So in summary, is a towable excavator a good idea? Yes, it is. For me, because I have 6 or 7 jobs I want to get done this year, and they're all digging based and then concrete poured. This machine, I'd be buying it or paying for it anyways, because I'd be renting another machine to be able to do that work. Yes, this machine is basic, it's entry level, and it has a lot of maneuverability issues that you just kind of have to work with. So that's going to slow you down. But overall, it's a great machine, and it's going to do me well. So my answer is yes. This is an awesome machine for a homeowner. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As always, guys, please link, share, subscribe, like, or dislike, whatever you want. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!